to She Joy. It's that fine medium, Dr. Rose, coming to you live with another message of what you need to know today. So, as you guys can see from the title of this video, yes, I am going to be proving to you guys how everyone in America is legally Catholic. And I know how that sounds. But what I mean by everyone is Catholic is not the physical you and me. It's the spiritual aspect of things. Let's dive deep. Okay, so Napoleon once said, history is a lie that we all agreed to. Let's get into it. Right? So, there's a lot of ways that we can go into this, but we're just going to kind of jump in there how we can. Okay? So basically, when we are born, right, we are born of the woman, right? Now listen to this, is what the Pope said. The produce, which is the child, okay, belongs to the owner of the land, which is the mother, right? The mother holds the child, and the seed of the man is a formal complement, okay? Now the woman's relation to the seed, which is the child, is like the land in relation to the sower, okay? And this is why whenever we are born, we are given a deed. What is the deed? The deed is a birth certificate, okay? Proving that that fruit, that land, right? Because when you are birthed, you become land, okay? Yeah, okay? Which is why we are a nation, okay? Now, what's crazy is, what is a body without a spirit? A body without a spirit is a cadaver. What is a spirit without a body? It's a ghost. Okay? Now, I know how that sounds, but let's get into it. The Roman Catholic Church takes the birth certificate, aka the deed, to your land. So you do not legally have a body. You are just more or less your spirit. Okay? You are just your legal version of yourself. Okay? Yeah. Okay? And let's get into it. Okay? So, what does the Catholic Church mean? By definition, the Catholic Church is a juristic personality. So the Catholic Church is not talking about a physical church. It's talking about a collaboration of entities, which is our spirits. Okay? Yeah. But they don't have our spirits, they have our what? Legal bindings. Okay? How do they get the legal bindings? Because when you are born, right, the first, right, we are the firstborns, right, the ones that come out. Well, what comes out after we're born? The afterbirth, the after matter. What's the after matter? The placenta, so on and so forth, right? The amniotic sac. So, that placenta is usually not given to the people, right? That placenta is called the afterbirth, or like the basic DNA. It is who we are. It is our DNA. It just doesn't have the soul. Okay? But it is us. Okay? So what they do is they take that DNA of us, capitalize that, like if your name is Joe, it's Joe, all caps, okay? And they put that into the system as an entity, okay? And that is why you have a birth certificate, okay? So that of which is your birth certificate goes to the Vatican. And this is every birth certificate in the United States is owned by the Vatican, which is how every person in the United States with a birth certificate is Catholic, legally based off of DNA, not our physical bodies, the DNA legal documents, okay? Because the Roman Catholic Church has the right to sue and hold property. Okay? Yeah. Since Spain with the Indies, it happened in 1898 that these documents were released. Okay? Now, in 1302, the Pope said as follows: the spiritual man, aka the firstborn, our physical body, okay, is not to be judged, but can judge all. Okay? Right? Okay. The secondborn, the human creature, right? It's the human creature, because it's not our soul, it's our DNA. Okay? So the secondborn, the human creature, is subject to Rome, aka Vatican, aka they're saying it needs salvation. But it has no soul. That's why it needs salvation. That's why it goes to the Vatican. Okay? And this is how the Vatican is related to the beast, and why the birth certificate is related to the mark of the beast, right? Because it marks the soulless part of each one of us, the legal aspect of each one of us, but not our physical. Okay? Now, the salvation, the Vatican gets the salvation of all human, which is the public pool of DNA, which is the Christ Mass, the Mass of Christ, right? Because the Vatican works off of Christ, right? The Christ Mass, the Mass of the people who need salvation, not us, but our DNA that is soulless, that they get for salvation. That when they compile that DNA, makes a beast, okay? Which is called the Christ Mass. It's a Mass of Christ. Okay, what is Christ? Christ is I am. What is I am? Present, right? Because Christ can't save you. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Mind you, I'm not here to disprove any kind of religion. I myself am, vast in a lot of different religions and cultures and so on and so forth, but here we go. Right? So, Christ means I am. Okay? And again, that means the present, here and now. Right? And that means if you are seeking God, you're seeking church for the here and the now. You're seeking I am. You're seeking right now approval, right now help,